Community-led action on rabbits is important because in the long term it's the community who has ownership of the outcomes.
Previous experience had shown that getting things done by shire and contract, lack of supervision, led to less than positive outcomes. So our land care groups got together and worked with the shire to come up with an arrangement where we controlled the actual work, we appointed the contractor to the job, we supervised the actual doing because we knew the road size, we had all that information.
I think community-led action's a new concept, and it's a new way of looking at a wicked problem. And community-led action is about the community understanding what the issue is, understanding the values of people within the community, and working together collaborative.
Across not just individual members of the community, but also across the different spectrum of people from various backgrounds, such as we have farmers, we have public land managers. They can't work in isolation from one another. They have to work together collectively to be able to overcome the issues that are confronting them.
The fundamental principles, I think, underpinning collaboration, any collaboration, have to do with the parties to that collaboration having respect for each other, trusting each other, being open to new ideas, to new suggestions, to insights and experience that come from different places. For example, scientists will have perspectives on how best to control rabbits, but the landholder working and living on his or her place is going to have experience with the rabbit problem. They're going to have local experience with the rabbit problem. And that needs to be, that experience, that perspective needs to be respected as well and brought into the conversation, into the discussion with the perspective of the scientist. And it's through the intersection of those differing perspectives in a respectful, trusting environment, open environment, that can lead really to creative and innovative solutions that are meaningful in a particular locale for addressing the rabbit issue.
To get the outcome that we want to come to, which is not necessarily measured by less rabbits, but measured by increased biodiversity and increased productivity, we need the people who are going to either manage that increased biodiversity or production to be able to come up with the solution as to how they get to that end.
So what we do is try and have information days and just discuss the problems. Have you got these problems on your land? What can we do about it together? As a team we can work about it together and we'll have a bigger result. And I think that gives them the inspiration to go a little bit further, because if they're going by themselves, they can't solve the problem by themselves.
People have to be interested in what you're talking about, and so you have to find something that interests them, and that may not be rabbits, it might be native fauna or flora, or it might be productive agriculture.
And it's about a landscape that can be different when we remove rabbits. That's in the power of landholders, that's in the power of government agencies to do. So the plants, the birds and the animals that we want in the landscape, we can put back in the landscape when we take away the most significant grazer in the landscape, and that's rabbits.
What I'm hopeful for through the work of the Victorian Rabbit Action Network is that we will collectively be able to come together at the community level with appropriate supports from other levels, state government, local government, to better manage rabbits, to mitigate any ecological damage, to mitigate the economic damage to agricultural operations, but most importantly to build the capacity of citizens, residents of communities to come together, to work together, not just on rabbits but on other issues that confront them going forward in their locales.